Calypsonians vied in Shogunas on Carnival Saturday for the honor of wearing the borough's crown. Cameraman Rajnath Lal recorded the show, and Terry-Ann Brown-Campbell tells us more.
Junior and senior Calypsonians relished the opportunity to compete for the 2023 Shogunas Calypso Monarch Crowns. Chairman of the Shogunas Carnival Committee, Renee Bailey, opened the show.
We are afoot at the committee in making preparations for a bigger and better carnival. We have initiated talks with NCC for a permanent home for carnival. We have started conversations to have a home for carnival that would not only involve carnival activities but festival activities all year round.
Tamiko Moore, aka Spicy, captured the senior crown singing Just Pray. Second and third places went to Vivian Lockhart and Georgia McIntyre respectively. Meanwhile, Marcus McDonald, the National Junior Calypso Monarch, also captured the borough's Junior Calypso title. Terry-Ann Brown-Campbell, TTT News.
Thousands of Hindus turned up at the Isha Ashram on Saturday to observe one of their sacred religious practices. Cameraman Rajnath Lal was there, with reported by Terry-Ann Brown-Campbell.
Carnival Saturday night is well known as an evening of fetting and cultural shows, but for at least one segment of the population, it was a night of religious observances. Spiritual head of the Isha organization in Trinidad and Tobago, Pandit Krishna Ramdeen, explains the celebration.
Tonight is the night of Mahashivratri. It is the night of Mahadev. It is once for the year that Sanatanist Hindus are expected to observe an entire night of vigil. It is known as Ratri Jagaran. It is not a night of just staying awake and standing or remaining in an erect position. It is a night truly of awakening.
Pandit Ramdeen says various rhythm sections perform throughout the evening to help keep the watchers awake.
It's phenomenal. Hundreds of young folks. Of course, the older folks are here with us celebrating every year. But it's phenomenal to see how many hundreds of young people coming and leaving for the entire night of Mahashivratri.
The Pandit noted these celebrations are observed around the world and the exact date is a lunar night that is calculated. Terry-Ann Brown-Campbell, TTT News.
BP Renegades are the 2023 Panorama Large Conventional Band champs. This is the 12th win for the band, now tying with 2020 winners Desperados for the most Panorama wins. Here's more.
The atmosphere at the Queen's Park Savannah buzzed with excitement as the 13 large conventional band finalists converged for the most anticipated Panorama event for the carnival season. Band after band gave their everything before the judges and the large audience, delivering a mix of old and recent hits. The band that stood out for the judges and therefore awarded Pan's top prize was the Duvon Stewart arranged BP Renegades with their rendition of the late Dr. Leroy Caliste, the Black Stallions' Black Man Feeling to Party. Coming in second was Republic Bank Exodus as they thrilled the audience with their interpretation of Tourist Lego. And in third place was the energetic Nutrient Silver Stars arrangement of Olatunji's 2023 mega hit, Engine Room. Shell Invaders placed fourth, Massey Trinidad All-Stars placed fifth, Hadco Phase 2 Pan Groove and NLCB Buccaneers tied for sixth place. Coming in seventh was TN Tech Tropical Angel Hops. 2020 winners Desperados came in ninth position. First Citizen Supernova placed 10th, and NLCB Fontclair Proman Starlift and Heritage Petroleum Skiffle placed 11th, 12th, and 13th respectively. Ayana Carter, TTT News.
President of Pan Trinbago Beverly Ramsey Moore is calling for the carnival events to be reorganized. Cameraman Nigel Alexander was at Panorama Finals with reporting by Terry-Ann Brown-Campbell.
In response to Panorama Finals getting off to a late start on Saturday, President of Pan Trinbago, Beverly Ramsey Moore, is calling for carnival events to be reorganized.
I want to deal with it from the board level, that they need to have only one event here. And of course, I'm going to fight for Pan because, as you know, Pan is the only event that can sell out the Savannah.
Pan Trinbago's president said patrons, many of whom had arrived early, were forced to wait for hours to enter Carnival City for the finals. This was because of the late end to the Kiddies Carnival Parade, which used the same venue.
Well, we have to find another day for them, just as we would have opened up and we would have said that there is no season for Pan and we have started our event since November. We need to start to open up the carnival, and we can have the kiddies probably coming in November or coming in early in December.
Mrs. Ramsey Moore spoke with journalists early on Sunday morning, shortly after the results of the 2023 Panorama Finals were announced. Terry Ann Brown Campbell, TTT News.
More to come. Stay with us.
It's a grand carnival sale. Jump up and save more this carnival with our exciting deals and special offers on all your favorite items at dvenstories.com. With ride-on starting from as low as $2,699. Bicycles and tricycles starting from $399. Baby bathtubs starting from $79. Baby bottles starting from $54. Baby blankets starting from $79. Carter's three-piece outfits starting from $145. Car seats and booster seats starting from $220. Strollers starting from $485. Baby carriers starting from $495. High chairs starting from $599. Pools starting from $59. Visit us in store at First Floor Movie Town, Port of Spain, Water's flagship MacBean, and Eastgate Mall, Trin City, or shop online now. Don't miss our grand carnival sale. We have the best brands for the best prices.
Hi, I am Ishmael Pitt, Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police. On behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, I want to wish you all an enjoyable carnival season. With that in mind, I want to speak to you about the Carnival Prohibition of Glass Bottles Regulation 2023. During this season, the Prohibition of Glass Bottles Regulation 2023 will be put into effect. This prohibits persons from serving or consuming beverages in glass bottles within the vicinity of a carnival event in any public place during the period of carnival. Persons are also prohibited from having glass bottles on their persons during the carnival period, which refers to that Juve morning period, 4 a.m. on Monday the 20th of February 2023, to the ending of carnival, 12 a.m. on Wednesday the 22nd of February 2023. Now, the TTPS wants everyone to have an enjoyable carnival. So we are appealing to all persons to please obey the laws. Also, if anyone contravenes these regulations, they would be liable on summary conviction to a fine of $1,000 and imprisonment for 6 months. Now, we don't want this to happen to anyone. So please, don't make this happen to you. We at the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service are committed to serving you. So as a result, we'll be there to ensure that you have a safe and secure Carnival 2023. Guidance.
Say goodbye to slow internet and say hello to Digicel Plus Fiber Internet, where you get more speed for faster browsing and gaming, more bandwidth for better streaming in 4K ultra high definition, more reliability so your internet stays on no matter the weather, more devices online so your family can do the things they love at the same time. Don't settle for slow. Plug into Plus, the home fiber network that gives you more. Call us to switch today. Digicel Plus.
The West Indies women finished the group stages of the Women's T20 World Cup on a positive note with a 3-run victory over Pakistan. West Indies captain Hayley Matthews won the toss and decided to let her team bat first in Pearl. The Windies women's top order set the tone for a total of 116 for 6, with Captain Matthews hitting 20, Rashada Williams top scoring with 30, and Shemaine Campbell contributing 20. Pakistan, in their reply, were limited to 113 for 5, with their middle order scoring the bulk of the runs. Captain Bisma Maroof 26, Nida Dar 27, and Aliyah Riaz 29 the top scorers. Leading the way with the ball for the West Indies was Captain Hayley Matthews, with 2 wickets for 14 runs. Shamila Connell, Karishma Ramharak, and Afi Fletcher all took 1 wicket each in helping their team to victory. Matthews was named player of the match for her performance with both bat and ball. Neymar was carried off on a stretcher before Lionel Messi scored a 95th minute winner as Paris Saint-Germain gained an incredible win over Lille. PSG had been 2-0 behind and 3-2 behind after goals from Lille's Bafodé Diakité, Jonathan David and Jonathan Bamba transformed the match. Kylian Mbappe, who opened the scoring, grabbed his second in the 87th minute to give PSG hope of victory. Messi then won it in dramatic fashion with a 22-yard free kick. Despite the win, PSG's main concern will be for Brazil forward Neymar after the 31-year-old, a goal scorer in the first half, was kicked on his calf and then went over badly on his right ankle 5 minutes into the second half. He looked in great pain with his hands over his face as he was carried off at the Parc des Princes. Formula One's governing body appears to have backtracked on a rule introduced this year, banning freedom of speech for drivers on key issues. The rule outlawed political, religious, and personal statements without prior consent and expressed no limitations on where that restriction applied. But a guidance note issued puts strict limits on its application. It means drivers are free to say what they want everywhere but during pre- and post-race events and on the track. The guidance note says drivers can express their views on any political, religious, or personal matter before, during, and after the race, in their own space and outside the scope of the international competition. It adds that it is explicitly permitted for them to do so through their own social media, during interviews with accredited media, and during the FIA press conference only in response to direct questions from journalists. More to come. Stay with us.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We report the news. News in real time. TTT News, first at 6:30 p.m. TTT News, online at www.ttt.live. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant. TTT News, nightly at 6:30.
An average of 37% of the persons who lose their lives in road traffic accidents annually are pedestrians. Do the right thing. Use the walkovers instead. A message from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Tonight, partly cloudy with a few showery intervals favoring southern Trinidad. Winds may be gusty near showers. Tomorrow, early morning showers will give way to a mostly sunny, breezy day despite partly cloudy spells and a few showers. Seas are moderate, occasionally rough, with waves 2.5 to occasionally 3 meters offshore and less than 1 meter, occasionally choppy in sheltered areas. All marine interests should exercise caution, especially during high tide. And that's TTT News at this time. I'm DK Rosta. Have a good night.
TTT News, delivering more news more often to more people. Follow us on social media at TTT Live Online. Log on to www.ttt.live.
This is not a fete in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you stand up like a chupidi begging for mercy. This is not a fete in here, this is madness. Ay, 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 ay. Everybody mad. Ay, 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 ay.
The March Gras Senior Kings and Queens Finals, brought to you by